They're all dead.
The android slaughtered them.
Why? Why the fuck would...
I don't know, but I think Samuels does.
Samuels? Why?
Wait sent him to access Apollo. I need to find him. Have you seen Taylor and Marlowe?
No.
They're not here. I think they may have got clear. Ricardo, if I go after Samuels, can you run this place? I need eyes and ears.
I'm not fucking staying here.
Ricardo, I need you to do this. Can you man the station and keep me covered? Ricardo!
Yeah, sure. Of course.
Sit tight. Lock the fucking doors and don't let anyone in. Look after me. I'll come back for you.
Hey everybody, Mobius1 here, doing episode 19 of Alien Isolation. I'm doing something a little unique during this episode on account of a screw-up that I happened to make. Believe it or not, I actually ran through this entire episode with my microphone muted, and you can see that by watching my webcam, that I'm actually talking, and it's not matching up with what I'm saying now. So, ultimately, I felt like I had two options, neither of which I really enjoyed. I could either do a post-recording dub and try and lip-sync what I said during the episode to match the video, or I could redo the entire level of the game and fake all of my reactions, neither of which I really wanted to do. So instead, we're going to try something a little different, and basically just going to let the video play as recorded, and kind of just talk about what I was feeling or what I was thinking. Like right now, I was probably thinking, oh shit, I accidentally put my shotgun there. I didn't want to waste the ammo on a single android. Tried maybe evading him, and that didn't work out too well either. So I really wanted to shock him with my stun baton, but I had to get away far enough so I could, switch to it. And that ended up working out pretty well. So, believe it or not, this episode actually ended up being roughly 50 minutes, so I'm going to speed things up here during some of the slower parts, but whenever something interesting happens, I'll slow it down so that you guys can see, like right here, the motion sensor pings, lets me know there's something moving in that hallway up ahead. Turns out to be an android. So I don't know really how many there are, so I noticed there's only one, so I let him go, and then I see the other, and I'm like, oh great, there might be more. Luckily, he seems preoccupied playing patty cake with the door over there, so instead of making any noise, I just kind of sneak my way around. I see a door that looks locked. Unfortunately, I can't open it. Check to make sure there's no one in front of me as I head down these stairs. We're trying to make it to the transit station to head over to the synthetics lab. So I save my game real quick, check the map, make sure I know which elevator or which transit terminal I'm going to, and of course I need to call the transit and wait for it. And I remember mumbling something about, great, I wonder how much noise this is going to make. So I keep kind of, keeping an eye on the stairs, hoping that the lift or the transit's not going to attract the attention of the androids. But it does. At least one of them. So one of them starts coming into the room. He hasn't noticed me yet, but he is getting closer.
Apollo and the working gentleman working together for a better connected Sevastopol.
So I'm like, alright, maybe, it sounds like the tram's about to pull up. Ooh, he's standing right there. And oh crap, he's coming my way. Move. Move. Alright. We should be good. Good. Go. And safe. us over to the synthetics.
Clear.
I can see activity on terminals on the top levels of Seeks and Synthetics. Rip, I'm not sure I can do this.
Ricardo, I need you to focus. You're in charge now.
In charge? In charge of what? A room full of dead people? This is fucked up!
Focus, Ricardo. If Samuels can talk to Apollo, he can get the androids to stand down. Then this will all be over.
Alright, so I am going to do a lot of fast forwarding here because I actually ended up backtracking just for exploration's sake, really. I know a lot of the sections of the space station are actually locked early on in the game, and I might have talked about this in some of the previous episodes, but as you acquire more tools, speaking of tools, I found an axe there. I figured that would be pretty handy against the androids, but you weren't able to pick it up. But every moment, or every opportunity you get to kind of like explore a section of the ship that you previously went through, I kind of wanted to take it to see if there were any rooms or any, secret areas that I didn't have access to previously that I did now. Unfortunately, in this part, I didn't really find anything anything good. I found some crafting materials, but that's about it. So we go back down. Again, check the map, make sure we're going in the right direction, make sure we're not missing anything. Just looking at some of the other transit cars. Stop and craft some stuff because I'm pretty much maxed on crafting materials, so I want to make sure I use as much of it as I can so I can gather the ones that are around me. So finally I come to this first room that is not actually where we need to go. We need to go to the right here, but I realize that I can use the plasma torch to get through this door. So, might as well see what's on the other side. Now remember, as soon as I stepped into this room, you can actually see it says on the map there that it's connected to medical. I didn't see that at the time. But, I see like that body bag there, and I'm like, this reminds me an awful lot of medical. Which the medical section of the ship, actually, as it turns out, is one of the most talked about missions in the game. It's very difficult, apparently. And I did have some difficulty with it. It's one of the first sections, or if it is the first section, that you really have to deal with the alien. And apparently it gives a lot of people a hard time, and I know I'm playing through on easy, so I can't imagine playing through on medium or hard what it's like. But then I find this door, and I'm like, oh damn, the door's locked, I wonder what's in there. Oh well, and right as I'm about to walk away, I notice this panel. So I'm like, I wonder if this panel opens that door, what are we going to find in here? And it's a different type of panel. It requires both hands to pull. So I come in here, I'm like, there's gotta be something good in here. This is an odd looking computer. Actually, it turns out...
Ransom. I just got your query. Yes, I have been in our transmission relay archive, and I've done some decrypting. I'm looking for crew logs that passed through Sevastopol a while ago. I know you're concerned, but it's ancient history. There's just some stuff I need to know. A routine company transmission packet sent from the edge of Thetis before a ship started its trip home. Nothing that's gonna break anything.
Ripley's asked me to log a report on what happened to Umbilicus when we hooked onto the refinery. I'll tell you what happened. Me and Brett were holding the place together with our bare hands. You'd think millions of tons of oil would get someone from the front deck, someone on a full share down here with us. Checking up on the stuff we need. You want to get out of the system on schedule next time, you put the Nostromo in dry dock for a month. You wait till we're done with it. You pay what we're due. Park her out.
So that was actually the first Nostromo log that I've ever come across in the game. I believe there are 10 in the game, and there's an achievement for finding all 10. So, 1 down, 9 to go. Alright, so I finally take the elevator up. We end up here.
There's a security alert firing off in the labs nearby. Elevators are out. Looks like the Seeks and synthetics are taking kindly to a Weyland-Yutani model snooping around.
So how do I get up?
You have to climb. There's a service vent through to the elevator shaft around there somewhere.
Alright, so I use the plasma torch on that door, and there is a keypad there that requires a code. I do also want to note that that guy was choked to death on a magazine, which is probably not a good way to go. I don't know why I didn't use that computer terminal right there. It really would have saved myself a lot of headache, because now I begin the most epic backtrack of my entire Alien Isolation career. This literally was about 20 minutes worth of backtracking, so I was probably going to either cut a lot of this out or speed it up anyway. So it's actually, I don't want to say ironic, but it worked out that this was the episode that I did with a muted microphone, because not too much happened in this episode anyway. But yeah, I mean, we can talk about the game. For a horror game, and it's kind of weird. I wouldn't really categorize Alien Isolation as a horror game as much as I would classify it as a stealth game. Because there are a lot of survival horror games have stealth elements, but they're like heavy on the horror, light on the stealth. Alien Isolation kind of seems to be the opposite. It's heavy on the stealth, light on the horror, and I guess that's really only because, especially now, the alien isn't the only enemy. If the alien was the only enemy, and you didn't see it walking around as often as you do, I think the game would be a little bit scarier than it is. And just comparing, I don't think Alien Isolation is even as scary as Five Nights at Freddy's is. As a matter of fact, I feel much more comfortable every night sitting down to do another Alien Isolation video than I do. I'm actually dreading having to go back to doing Five Nights at Freddy's videos, or even doing any of the other scary video games that I wanted to do. Though I think we're getting down to the end of October now. It's already the 30th as I'm recording this right now. So I'll do another Five Nights video probably tomorrow night. I know a lot of people are still requesting that I do Star Wars Galaxies videos, and I am going to do more Star Wars Galaxies videos, but I think what a lot of people, I don't want to say that they don't realize, but just something that they don't think about often, is that I'm just another gamer, like every one of you. And when I play the same game for too long, I get bored of it. And unfortunately, in order for me to not get bored of Galaxies and walk away from it for several months at a time, as I've done in the past, I think I need to play it very moderately. I need to balance how much time I spend playing Galaxies versus how much time I do other things. And if I play too much of Galaxies, I'm going to get really bored of it and decide to just not play it at all for an extended period of time, and I don't want to do that. So this month of October, I've been taking it kind of slow with Galaxies, but like I said in my channel update video, come January, I already have a list, almost like a schedule, which is something else that I've been thinking of doing, is coming up with some sort of schedule of what nights I'll post videos for different games. So if you guys like that idea, leave a comment in this video, let me know. Something, you know, like every Friday is Galaxies, every Saturday is Arma, you know, whatever. And I'm even thinking of making a list of games that I'd like to do videos for and posting it. I'll probably post it on my Facebook and Steam pages, let you guys vote on what you want to see me play, because I really want to kind of spread around what games I'm playing. I feel like I'm too narrow right now, but we'll see. Alright, so after, you know, endless minutes of backtracking through rooms that I've previously explored, I finally make my way back here and go, oh crap, I never used this computer. I wonder if this computer has the code. And there it does. 8382. Could have saved myself so much headache. You even see the exasperated look that I give, just because I know that it could have, all of that could have been avoided. So, these vents too, oh, this, I remember this. I come through and I look at this ladder, and I don't like heights. A lot of people don't like heights. I really don't like heights. So, when I came to this, I did not want to cross this ladder. I'm looking at it, I'm like, you know, I know what's going to happen. I think I say that to the when I was recording, I was like, I know what's going to happen as soon as I cross this ladder. And that's it. Nothing happened. I knew nothing was going to happen. So, but see, what that ladder was, and what I didn't realize at the time, is that ladder was a troll. Because then, they give you this ladder. Now, if you notice, as the elevator's shaking, that ladder is actually moving. And as that ladder, or as the elevator dropped there, the ladder got shorter, so I decided to go for it. And the game hits you with another jump scare. So, I will take this opportunity to also say that the first DLC for Alien Isolation has already been released, and I did manage to get that since I got the special edition. It's all for the Survivor mode though, which I haven't tried yet, so we'll probably get to that pretty soon. I'd really like to finish the campaign before I try any of the DLCs, so we'll see how that goes. This part was really creepy because the motion sensor said that there was something moving in this room, and then when I came out of the vent, there's nothing moving. But the smoke in that room, and just from, you know, past experience, I look at these androids now and I'm like, you know, these androids are going to come to life. But if you look at the android's eyes, see how that android's eyes are lit up? I'm like, yeah, I know what's going on here. And you know what? I'm not going to have any of it. You going to lay there and wait for me? You can have a Molotov. And you know what? The bastard just lays there and takes it. Like a boss. He just sits there and burns. And I'm like, you tell me I just wasted a Molotov. Damn. I really, really thought that he was going to stand up and, like, attack me or something. So then, at this point, I'm like, well, I hope that Molotov goes out, because I don't want to walk through fire, and, you know, luckily it does. But his eyes aren't lit anymore, so I make sure that, you know, the threat has been neutralized, and I move on. Now,
Ricardo, I'm here. Looks like the place synthetics go to die.
I did end up having to play through this part later. After I realized that I muted my microphone was muted, I ended up playing through this whole section again, and tried walking down that hallway without using the Molotov, and he does actually jump up and grab you. So that was a wise decision. Can never be too sure. Save the game again. I don't know if I've mentioned this in another video, but I am a huge fan of the way they decided to do the saving in this game. I think the automatic checkpoint system that a lot of modern games have nowadays has spoiled gamers, and in a game like this, where everything is based on survival, having the game save itself for you, I think, would remove a lot of the tension and a lot of the risk-reward associated with, you know, exploring, looting, you know, even going into unknown areas. So I'm this area creeped me out so bad. Because you can tell that most of the androids are all dead. Like that one right there, his head's off. A lot of them are, chopped in half. But it's so dark and so quiet. I will say the one thing this game did right more than anything is capture the atmosphere of being on a derelict space station. You really, really feel like you're not just playing a video game. You feel like you are on Sevastopol. And that right there is what really is why the alien is as scary as it is. Because you don't just feel like you're playing a video game running from a monster. You feel like your life is on the line every time that alien drops out of the vents. Yeah, I don't know if that feeling comes through the videos for you guys at home watching, but I guarantee you if you play the game, you'll know exactly what I mean the very first time you see the alien. I also like the little mini games they came up with for, hacking through doors or hacking computer terminals or whatever, because they're very simple, they're easy to learn, but can become very tedious when you're trying to do them in a hurry. I just noticed I missed an ID tag on that table, though I do believe I picked it up on the second time I played through this, so that's okay. I remember making a note here also that I don't know why there were so many vents in the ceiling, like that right there. Especially considering how we've already dealt with the alien. If we're not going to see the alien again, why so many vents? Oh, and that made me jump. That bastard android. I didn't want to activate any of these consoles until I was sure of my surroundings, because I knew activating them would change something.
The door up here is blown. I can't get near it.
And I wanted to be completely sure I knew where all of my hiding places were, all of my escape routes, before I even started to activate these machines.
Executive Ransom speaking. I just woke up to find a working Joe in my suite, and when I asked what the hell it was doing, it lunged for me. I had to leave my own fucking apartment. Send your best technicians to Apollo Core and find out what the hell is going on. Now! Get those things under control. I want a full report ASAP.
Alright, so now that I'm pretty confident in my surroundings, I decide, alright, let's start, cranking these things off. And believe it or not, it's kind of different, because most cases you're turning devices on, but in this case we're shutting devices off, which means these devices were keeping that door sealed. And that can only mean one thing: there's something in there that they were trying to prevent from escaping.
Biocontainment hazard level.
This guy made me jump. If you look at my face, and then I missed the stun baton. I was not expecting him to come up out of that pile. And at this point, all bets are off. I'm like, how do I know that that's the only one that's gonna come back? That guy on the right-hand side there, the one standing up there, I had a feeling that he was going to come back to life so bad. It's like I was watching him out of the corner of my eye. Said, alright, well, let's hope there's nothing too deadly behind this door. Check the motion sensor. And the door closes and locks in front of us. How eerie is that? Well, I guess we have to go this way.
I must have access to Apollo. Open the tower transit immediately.
Apollo transit reserved for Seeks and executives and synthetics only.
Right, then I'll have to find a way to talk to Apollo directly.
Biocontainment hazard level Omega. All permissions rescinded.
I don't have time for this.
Damn, Samuel's like a boss. I remember making a comment, I hope we don't have to fight him later on in the game. Because he would kick our ass. What would be interesting is to see him in the alien fight. If he can throw a punch like that and cave in an android's skull, he might be able to knock the alien around a little. Not to mention, the alien didn't seem to care too much about the synthetics earlier in the game, so he might not, the alien might not give a shit about Samuels either. Oh, this room. When that door opened and I saw all these androids standing here, I was like, hell no. I do not want to deal with you guys. It reminded me of one of those, like, the medieval castles, where you have to, where, like, in order to get to the throne room, you have to walk down this hallway with all those suits of armor, and you know every time there's, like, a haunted mansion or a haunted house that has those suits of armor lined up like that, that they're going to come to life. And just the way this game has been so far, it's almost predictable. But it's predictable in a way where you know it's going to happen, but you don't know when it's going to happen, so it's still pretty scary. Though I did decide to craft a Molotov just in case. So, ooh, more flamethrower fuel. And then, hey, you know what? Since I just looted some flamethrower fuel, who wants some? And I decided to check him out. I was like, alright, you want some? No, your eyes are dark. Your eyes are dark. So he looks pretty confident, but his eyes are dark. No, he wasn't. He was fine. So this guy, he just looks like he's got to go to the bathroom really bad, so he's probably okay. This guy, however, you can't see his eyes. So I was really suspicious of this guy. I'm like, alright, we're gonna watch him. This guy's trying to shake your hand, so he's trying to be too nice. This guy's hiding something up his sleeve. So I'm like, all you guys look a little suspicious to me, but none of them came to life, so I was like, alright, you know, maybe the game's just trying to psych you out. Maybe there's really nothing to be afraid of here. But the door's locked, so now you have to go back. I'm like, alright, maybe I hit a trigger. I don't trust you. I don't trust you. I don't trust any of you. What? No, nothing happened. So we run through, reload my flamethrower. And now, I checked our objective. Well, not yet, I guess. But the objective was really kind of vague. We had to find a way out of this room. And you look around, and this is really the only way out of the room. But I didn't want to have to go back through the vent. So I look at the map, and no, the objective's still in this room. You can see the spinning circle there. So I'm like, well, there's got to be something that I'm missing in this room. And I'm like, alright, now they got me walking behind the synthetics. Let's see if I can crack them over the back of the head. No. Check this side. Get some crafting materials. I thought I heard something over here. It doesn't seem to be. There's no switches, no ventilations, nothing. And they're not standing on any buttons or anything. I can't interact with any of them. So I'm like, alright, there is something in this room that I am not, or that I am missing. Check the door one more time, see if there's a button next to the door. Try to bust the door down. Nothing. So alright, last resort. We're gonna walk around and kick everything over and see if maybe there's something hidden on the floor underneath something. And what do you know? Secret switch. Sorry, so now we can see the door is green.
You do not have an appointment.
But it's never that
You do not have
easy.
an appointment.
However, I decided instead of fighting, we'll just go through. See if we can't hide. And I notice, right as I'm about to hide behind the couch, that the door kind of locked itself. And they're trying to bust it down. If you look at my face, I'm like waiting for it to happen too. I'm like, please, please don't bust that door down. I got a little brave. I was like, yeah, the door's got a little power. You can't come through that door. The door is just solid steel. I can bang on it all day long. You ain't coming through that door. So then, I find this rewire point, and there's only one thing you can rewire from this little terminal here, which is gas divert. So I turn that on, and it actually covers the door in freaking fire. So now, even if they do manage to get through that door, they're gonna roast like some marshmallows. So, find this guy. This guy's got a shotgun and a version 2 Molotov schematic. So that's pretty nice. We got 18 rounds for our shotgun now, so that's, again, pretty nice. Some more revolver ammo, 62 rounds. Maxed out on medkits, maxed out on EMP mines. And this room ended up being a treasure trove of loot. Just look, Molotovs, like I said, medkits, EMP mines, scrap, all kinds of stuff, flashlight batteries, and that could only mean one thing: that shit is gonna get real in the next episode. Because what do we know as gamers? If the game starts to get generous with supplies, you're gonna need them. So I ended up saving the game and calling this episode here. I hope this was interesting. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.